Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about Doordash driver bails when expected to climb 9 flights of stairs for $1 tip. So I'm sure we have all heard the phrase no tip, no trip at least once before. And I also stand by you should never accept a low tip order. And turns out this person took a low tip order and is expected to climb 9 flights of stairs. We're about to see exactly why you should never take a no tip or low tip order. So with that said, I want to go over everything that's being said in this article, how it actually is for Doordash UberEats and Grubhub drivers and their corresponding customers and everything in between. So with that said, let's get started. A Doordash driver refused to deliver an order to a customer's door after they found out they'd only been tipped $1. I feel like you're forgetting to add a certain element to that statement. The headline literally says, bails when expected to climb 9 flights of stairs for $1. Yes, he shouldn't have taken the order to begin with, but the customer has put some unrealistic expectations on the driver here. Doordash is an app that allows customers to have food and groceries delivered directly to their door. When using the app, customers will have the option of tipping their driver, though it isn't a requisite. And yet, every driver who's been the Doordash or really any gig platform that has a tipping system on it knows, in the event that you'll see an order with no tip on it, that means you don't take the order. Not no tip, you take it and you begrudgingly do it. Not no tip, do something to their order. No tip, no trip. It's that simple. Yes, he took the order and he extenuated exactly why you shouldn't take those orders anyway. And not to mention, if somebody literally goes from the default setting, which is usually the middle option, to custom and drops it to 0, why would I want to work with a customer like that? That sounds horrendous. They sound like the worst person already. Despite this, it is considered common etiquette to tip your driver, with expert Thomas Farley recommending that customers tip at least 20%. And if a customer decides to tip less than that, you shouldn't take the order. It's really that simple. You should have standards for yourself, at least to make sure that you're not taking orders that look like that. Because let's think about it like this. Base pay is $2.50, or really $2 now, plus the $1. You're accepting and completing a $3 order. Why would you do that? I don't care how far of a drive it is. Don't do that to yourself. It's not worth your time. This isn't always the case, however. In a viral video that's resurfaced, we see a TikToker explain a situation that happened between a customer and an employee. Ah, there it is. Right there. That's how you know the person writing this article wouldn't know the first dang thing about what it actually means to be a Doordash driver. We're not employees, we're independent contractors. We could say no to orders. We don't have to do anything we don't want to do. Should he have brought it to the apartment door? I mean, I feel like that's going to be strongly debated. But they brought it to the building, and for $1 tip, I don't blame him for leaving it in the lobby. I blame him for accepting the order to begin with.
This Doordash customer requested drop-off at their apartment, which was on the 9th floor. They provided a tip of $1 to their dasher. When the dasher left the food at the front desk of the building, the customer said, "This is not the location I requested."
To be perfectly honest with you, you're lucky that you got your order at all. Do you know how silly it is to order food at all and not tip your driver? Like, what did you think was gonna happen? You think that we're just gonna blindly take whatever because you had to be a jerk? No, the problem is you didn't tip and you're blaming the driver for your lack of ability to tip him. Or her. I'm sorry, we don't know if it's a guy or a girl.
The Dash responded and said, "The elevators are unfortunately out of service for emergency repairs."
Okay, so he didn't even really have the means to get up there anyway. So he left it downstairs, so when the repairs are done, you can go get it yourself. I think you got as much as you can at this point.
The customer said, "They have stairs."
If they have stairs and they tipped me really well, maybe I'll do it. But for $1, I wouldn't have accepted your order anyway. The TikToker then prompts her viewers to discuss the situation, asking if they'd be happy to walk up 9 flights of stairs for a $1 tip. 9 flights of stairs. That's not a light hike. What if this was an older woman or an older gentleman who is probably doing this simply because they want to get out of the house for a little bit? You're gonna actually make them go all the way up 9 flights of stairs for that? What if this was somebody who couldn't work a normal 9 to 5 for health reasons? You're gonna make them go up 9 flights of stairs? This is why no tip, no trip is so imperative, because these are the kind of customers less then no one wants to serve. In fact, most people are employees. They shouldn't want to serve them either. And then people get all uppity when we don't want to take those kind of orders. No crap, we don't want to take those kind of orders. Why would I want to tolerate this kind of disrespect? TikTok viewers debate viral $1 tip situation. TikTok were happy to weigh in on the situation, and as is common, had very divisive opinions. One wrote, I was a dasher and my job is to get the customer their food, tip or not. I'd walk up the stairs and hope they'd enjoyed their delivery experience. Okay, there's a lot wrong with that statement right away. Let's go over each part of it. You were a dasher. That does not mean you were a successful dasher. That doesn't mean you were a good driver. And that doesn't mean that you should have taken a no-tip order if you had the ability to do so. And the way you phrase that, it is my job to get the customer their food, tip or not, you shouldn't have accepted that order to begin with. It sounds like this person either was a dasher and was very bad at it, or is just lying straight through their teeth, because you could be anybody on the internet and no one would know the difference. I'm calling cap on that. Another simply stated, it's a job. Again, another moron that couldn't tell the difference between an employee and an independent contractor. We do not have a job. This is an independent contractor position. That means they send us an order with the amount they were potentially paying, a guaranteed amount, the amount of mileage in which it would take to complete that order, and the route itself, the pickup location, etc. And we would decide based on the information presented to us whether we wanted the job or not. Just because we said no to you and your whiny little can't handle that doesn't mean it's our job to appease your entitled snotbag. Holy crap, is it really that hard to get through their skulls? This is why you don't deal with no-tip customers. Because they're just gaslighting and sea-lioning you and pretending as if it's your responsibility to deal with them, even though it's an offer you can absolutely refuse. Never allow customers to act this way. However, the majority favored the delivery driver, saying, I dash and I get enough exercise delivering. For $1, hell nah. I wouldn't on the 9th floor. That's insane. My question is not even so much as if you would do it or not. What in God's name does a customer think is okay to actually do that to another person? Again, this was emergency repair, so let's even pretend it got solved that day. Wouldn't you expect there to be a level of understanding saying, hey, I understand, just leave it with the front desk, I'll get it when I can? Of course not. They're not decent people. Another concurred, I wouldn't walk up 9 flights of stairs to go to my own dang home, let alone some rando, lol. Now, see, that's another good point. He was saying he wouldn't even do it for his own place, let alone for a $1 rando person, let alone for a decent tip person. He just isn't going up 9 flights of stairs. Be thankful that you got your order at all. I'm actually shocked you did, to be honest. This is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. None of you pay me. There you go. To be honest with you, I think the customer actually got more service than they actually deserved. I honestly think the order should have sat on a shelf and rotted in hell. The fact that it even made it that far is god dang impressive. I'm not condoning people who eat other people's food or steal food or anything like that, but we all know it happens. And the fact that it did it says a lot more about the integrity and character of the drivers in that general area than it does about the customers choosing to order from it. A lot of customers will complain that,
I never get my food in a timely manner. All the drivers over here are so horrible.
and in that same area, you got customers who are whining about ordering a bunch of food, having it delivered to the front desk instead of the 10th floor of the building, going up 9 flights of stairs, when in reality, they shouldn't have gotten their food at all. Now, could you also argue that the driver shouldn't have accepted the order to begin with? Absolutely. Honestly, it's called no tip, no trip. Not no tip, do the order anyway and not bring it up 9 flights of stairs. Not no tip, do the order begrudgingly fully and do it halfway, no tip, no trip. It's that simple. Because in reality, why would you want to help customers like this? These people suck. All in all, just do yourself a favor. Don't take any orders with no tips or low tips. So that way you're working with the highest quality customer, you're taking high quality orders, and you're making the most amount of money in the least amount of time in the safest possible way. And we leave the entitled people on the 9th floor with an elevator that doesn't work. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.